All right, this is van life in the raw. I am currently broken down in the middle of traffic. Luckily, I'm in a turn lane, but the car just died. It just stopped running. I don't know exactly what. I did have a service engine light on that came on a couple days ago, and I got a code for it. I have an ODBC. It's not ODBC, and that's something different, but OBD scanner. I've got one of those and an app on my phone, and I got a code for it, and it was saying that it was a oxygen sensor heater was the cause. And I looked it up. It didn't sound like it was too serious of a thing, that it didn't maybe need to be replaced immediately. I thought that I might actually try to even do it myself. So I was gonna maybe try to get to the weekend in order for me to try to address that. And then my van died as I was driving up here to go to my place for the night. My place to where I've been going to sleep. And I'm right here in a pretty busy neighborhood of Seattle, and on kind of a main road right here, major road. And yeah, and it didn't sound good. It sounded like it was like almost like knocking, like the engine was knocking as I was trying to restart it, because it like just died, and then I lost power. Like I lost power steering. The battery light came on. I have some kind of battery power because I have my lights on right here, my dome lights. So I don't really know. That's really doesn't sound good, because the last time I had a knock in the engine had died. And I got this is a new engine. This engine is like not even 2 years old. If it is something with the engine, that could be, I mean, I really hope it's not, but if it was something like that, there's at least there is a chance that that engine is still under warranty, and that the shop that replaced it might be able to give me a new engine, which would be great. I don't know enough about cars to really know what it was. Potentially an alternator failure, but God, I'm so just the symptoms of what I heard, it sounded bad. It didn't sound good. And it looked like the engine was hot too. Like, I don't know, like the temperature is the temperature was I don't really know how reliable it is, but when I have the key in the ignition and like I do this, I don't think that's a true reading, but it shows that the engine is kind of hot, but I don't think that's true. It doesn't seem like it's hot. It's not steaming or anything. Usually if an engine's really hot, you can tell, just you can either feel it or smell it. Or I haven't gotten out to look under the hood because I'm kind of in traffic here and I don't want to, that would be dangerous. I'm just in my driver's seat. I have my seatbelt on. I'm just going to stay here until the tow truck arrives. They said they were due in 90 minutes to like an hour and a half to 2 hours. This just happened probably about 15-20 minutes ago. I put a request for roadside assistance through my insurance, and I've got the ETA for the tow truck, but it's probably it could be a while that I have to just sit here. And luckily I was able to pull into this kind of, I guess I really am, I don't know if this even is a turn lane. It's almost a turn lane. I really guess I am in traffic. It becomes a turn lane in about 50 feet maybe. But actually this isn't, now that I look at it, this isn't actually a turn lane yet. A couple people have gotten behind me to turn and they're honking their horn at me to move, but my hazards are on. You can't see that my hazards are on. So I've had a couple of people being assholes behind me. I had to go around me because they were trying to turn onto this street right here, turn left. Other than that, it hasn't been that bad. I guess I am kind of lucky that I am here. If I really would have caught it soon enough, I probably could have made it into that. There's a parking lot. There's a grocery store parking lot right there. I might have been able to make it in there, which would have been good. But I mean, it would have been some fast thinking. I barely had time to really figure out enough to even get over the lane to get into this lane before everything died. And I can't restart it. It won't restart. It's making some awful noises when I try to turn the key and start it. Again, in these situations, if I look calm, I'm really not that calm. I'm just like kind of in a state of like, I'm kind of stunned. Like I'm sort of like trying to maintain a level of, I mean, maybe I am on a certain level, but on another level, I'm sort of like, just like maybe kind of in a little bit of somewhat shock or like denial that anything's even wrong. So that's maybe why it seems like I'm not panicking. It's maybe because I'm in a little bit of denying it in a way. I think your brain kind of has to do that, at least mine does, to just maintain some level of functioning, to just like get through, the next thing that I have to do to like, it becomes kind of a bit of a survival thing in a way. So the plan is for me, I'm going to have, and this actually is kind of helping me to like talk about it. I called a friend of mine who's in a meeting right now, a friend of mine who's usually really good about calming me down, but this is kind of like a bit therapeutic for me to kind of talk through it, to just sort of vent. If otherwise, I probably would be sitting here like stewing and like ruminating and spinning out at times, at points, and being like starting to really like get myself riled up into a panic. So I do have to, I'm gonna be getting a tow, and I'm taking it down to this shop. It's actually about 7 some miles south of here, only because that's the shop that I've been going to. And so I'm going to go down there, and then I'm just gonna stay with the van tonight. I'm gonna have them drop me off there, and I will sleep in the van with and have to wait out the night until morning, and then when the shop opens, and then they'll take a look. Of course, everything's closed right now. I guess I should mention it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 p.m. right now. And I don't know how long I should let these dome lights. I don't want to drain my battery. It's probably fine, but this is as real gets when it comes to van life. I've done this before. I was really only like I don't even know if I was a full month into it before I did have a breakdown where my power steering went out, and I had to do this same thing. I had to have it towed to this shop, and I had to stay the night with the van in the next to the shop, and it is a bit of a sketchy area. It's kind of an industrial area, and so I'm not stoked on that, but I've done it before. It's really my only option. I mean, I could potentially leave it there when my friend's probably gonna call while I'm on this doing this video. Oh, he said until 8:30, so I got some time. But it is possible. This is the kind of friend that would like come from like anywhere and like pick me up, get him, probably let me stay at his place, that kind of a thing. But I even have a friend in this neighborhood too that I could probably like, he would probably put me up in a situation like this, but I really don't want to leave the vehicle unattended. And it could easily get broken into down there. There's not really, I don't want to risk that. I could lock things up inside the vehicle to make it difficult on somebody to do that, because I have some good secure storage in here. It would probably be okay, but I'm just paranoid leaving it there overnight out like that. And quite frankly, I don't feel all that much better about having to stay with the van tonight there. I did it before. I did it last time, and it wasn't a super great night. I didn't get super great sleep. Partly though, it was like a weekend night, I think, or it might have been a Thursday. I don't remember, but there was some this death metal band. They might have been doing a show in some nearby warehouse, because it seemed like there was multiple bands, or maybe they were just jamming out, but it was like this death metal band, and it was like the most evil music, I swear, I've ever heard. It was absolutely harrowing. It sounded like they were performing. This guy thinks there's, again, somebody behind me trying to turn. They think I'm turning. I can't turn. I'm trying to wave them on. This guy's behind me, like, I don't know. I'm trying to wave them through. They're just sitting there with their turn signal on. What the fuck are you doing? Excuse me, excuse my language. Like, all they gotta do is back up. There's no other traffic. You can go around me. This is very, this is stressing me out. Like, why is this guy... I don't know. What are do they think they're gonna do? This person is just sitting on my ass, like not doing anything. Oh, there they go. Now they're moving. Now they're moving. What the hell is your deal? That's all you had to do, buddy. Jesus. At least he wasn't honking. I mean, I guess he did. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. It's over. Jeez, when I get like this, everything feels like a threat. Everybody feels like an enemy and everything feels like a threat. So I just don't trust people. I don't trust anybody. That's what a lot of this experience has taught me. It's awful that I have to feel that way. This van life experience, that's what it's taught me. And I don't want to vibe with that, but I can't help that I sometimes fall into that kind of vibration. Now I'm kind of stressed out. And I'm stressed out thinking about having to go and spend the night, because I really need a good night's sleep. I did not get good sleep last night for whatever reason. Some nights I'm generally okay, and some nights are not. And last night was not a good one. More often than not, I actually have pretty good sleep when I'm really diligent about like making sure that I do get to sleep at a good hour, that I'm in a safe, quiet spot, that I feel safe, and I just hunker down and I get as much in as I can. But last night I tried to do everything right, and I just didn't. I could not get comfortable. I woke up. These nights have been cold. We've been having sub-freezing, not sub-zero, but still sub-freezing temperatures every night for about at least a week. Really, because going back maybe almost 2 weeks, I would say, probably the last couple weeks. It's been getting really cold at night, and I was having some back pain, and I could not really relax enough last night to get comfortable. I did sleep. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm probably too much more than you care to know about, but it was a certain point in the morning that I woke up, and it was really early, and I couldn't really relax very well after that. My back was hurting, and I was cold, and I was just having trouble really getting good sleep, and it really threw off my day. I did not have a good day today. I went into work. I got there early, trying to do everything the best way I know, because traffic is light. And I got there early, and there was some issue going on at work, something that I had to work on that really triggers me. There's some problem that comes up from time to time that really triggers me, and it did not fail to do that to me today. I got super triggered by this issue, and I tried to work through it. I tried to be patient. There's this problem that comes up that still doesn't really make sense to me, and I tried to be helpful. I tried to fix the thing, and it just, the problem kept persisting and kept persisting, and I just gave up. I just threw my hands up. I said, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do. And I basically walked away. It sounds more dramatic than what it really is, but I had coworkers working with me. We just kind of put it on hold for the moment. But I just threw my hands up in the air, and I just kind of walked away, and it's really stressed me out. And I was like, I don't know what it was, but I was really jacked up, man. I was just like, my stress levels were just like through the roof. My blood pressure must have just been, really high, and I couldn't come down, and I was like worried that I was going to have a heart attack. I was like, I could not come down, and I was starting to kind of freak myself out about it. And I was like, man, I went to a different barista this morning, and the coffee must have been really strong because I was so jacked up. And I was watching her make it. I went to a different barista today, and I was watching her make it, and I was like, I thought I saw her put in 4 shots, like a quad, and maybe that's normal. I don't know. Like, it just seemed like that's what she was doing. Like, it was just, the coffee was really strong this morning. I could definitely, there was something about that coffee that was definitely too strong. And so I was just like super wired up this morning. And so that happened. And I just realized I was really tired. Like, I was just annoyed. And I was like, I kind of had like a bit of a breakdown. I don't know what a breakdown is technically, but something broke in me today that I was like, this van thing is, I'm not doing okay. Like, I'm not doing okay in the van, in anything, in life in general. I don't feel like I'm doing okay right now. Like, I don't feel like I'm thriving. I felt like I had just this really bad attitude, this really bad outlook on life. And and it was like, my coworker, who's also a friend, this guy that I'm talking about, that I called, he kind of was just present, just listening. And it was like, I just had kind of a bit of a moment of, I mean, I'm aware of this. It's not that I don't know, but it was the first time I verbalized it and expressed it to somebody else in quite this way. And I said, I probably won't even do it justice, but it was kind of like, I was like, something is broken. Something feels broken, and I don't know what it is, but something's not right. Something's not right with me, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to fix it either. And then I kind of went on to explain some of my trials and tribulations and what I'm experiencing with van life. He knows my situation, but, I just kind of had to explain, some of the things that are, that I'm finding to be really challenging, why it's exhausting me. The cold nights are really starting to grind on me. Maybe I've explained it before, or not, but I just sleep. I have a heater. I have a couple different heaters. They're propane heaters. I've got the Wave 3, the Olympian Wave 3, but I don't run it at night because now I'm like paranoid. I'm paranoid about carbon monoxide, but I feel like I could run it and have like windows cracked, probably maybe even a little bit further than I've done, and even have my like window vent open too a little bit in the back. I feel like that would give me some peace of mind. I do have a carbon monoxide alarm as well, because I think I kind of came to that where I was like, tonight I'm gonna run it. I'm just gonna do it because it's just been getting too cold, and it might help me sleep a little better. It might help with the stiffness in my body, because the cold is not really good for that. I do have some good sleeping bags. I've got two, one that I put inside the other, and then I've got a couple of wool blankets that I put on top of that, and I layer up with my clothing. And it's usually fine, and it's a lot, and I'm usually pretty okay. Sometimes it's like borderline. It's not like I'm like wake up and I'm like freezing cold. I mean, most of the time I don't like wake up and I'm just like, if I have everything on and I'm under all of the covers and everything, I'm generally fine. But there's also just this also kind of additional issue of being cramped in the van at times and not being able to fully stretch out in ways that I always want to. And like that is, it's the kind of the cold combined with the lack of movement, the confined space, that is both are kind of combining to make for some nights that maybe I'm not getting as much rest as I need. And I've been really trying to, like I said, I've been really trying to focus on getting really good sleep. And I had a couple of pretty good nights in a row, 2-3 good nights over the weekend. But last night was just not a good one. Last night wasn't a good one. And I was just in a bad mood all day. I just was like, just don't talk to me, put the headphones on. I was even probably a little bit rude or short with people, which I don't feel great about. And then I left early. I went up to a park. And then I don't know. And then I was like, but I'm not staying in the neighborhood, so I had to come up here still, which was annoying because I couldn't really get good rest there. And I should have just came straight here, but it doesn't matter. And then and then this. And then this. And I don't know if it is or not, but any of you who have watched any of my videos before, you might know that I do kind of go with the law of attraction philosophy. At least I work with it, or I dabble in it, maybe you could say. And as low as my vibration was today, if there's anything to law of attraction, it's not a total surprise that I broke down, when I did, how I did, where I am right now. as low as my vibration was today, it's absolutely in keeping with my level today, because it was just it was not a good day. Just the way that everything, and I don't know, maybe it's BS, I don't know. Maybe it's none of this is in my control. Maybe I have none of this is in my control. This just happened. This is just something that happened. And it might even be for my good. Maybe it was supposed to happen. Maybe all of these challenges are things that I was supposed to face, that I'm supposed to go through somehow. Or not. I mean, some people think that it's just total BS, you know, that like law of attraction is like ridiculous. And like, so you think you caused this, and what some people will say is like, it's sort of like blame the victim, right? Like it's like, why would you blame yourself for attracting something by your thoughts? Like, because that certainly doesn't seem healthy. And I'll admit, there's a little part of me that's thinking that, like I deserved it somehow, you know, like if I hadn't been so overly sensitive today, that maybe this wouldn't have happened. I don't know. It is a little bit, maybe somebody would call that magical thinking. I'm over a half an hour. And so I'm going to actually stop this one here, but I'm going to pick up a part 2 on this one. I want to check my messages and things like that, see if there's any updates on my ETA on my tow truck, and see if my friend has gotten back to me. So stay tuned for part 2. Broken down in van life. All right, I'll see ya.